guys, it is August 15th, 2022. This one I got a call from a guy. His AC outside unit's not working. I was there probably about a year ago, and I did a maintenance on it. I think it might have been an old Mana unit, I think. Oh, R22 a Mana unit back in the day. I don't think it was leaking or anything, so maybe it's something simple. We'll go by and see. It says the outside unit don't seem to be running at all, so we'll try to get you some shots when I get there. Oh, the Mana. So I was here about a year ago?
Yeah.
And nothing was running?
Well, up in the house, the air was blowing, but none of this was running.
Okay. Maybe it's something simple. Did you check the breaker downstairs?
The breaker's in the garage. It was on. The thing was, when I turn the thermostat on, and it goes up, then it clicks like it's recycled, and I heard it click out here, and then like a very low hum.
It's a Hummer.
A Hummer, yeah.
Got a stock capacitor. Well, let's see. Nothing. I don't think there's any power.
Oh, it's shut off at the thermostat, so that's no.
No, but I just pushed it in over here. It should have worked. Have you checked the breakers?
I can do it again.
You did check the breakers before?
Yes. I didn't recycle it or anything.
Alright, so we got power. 230. Unless the capacitor's bad. It's kind of odd. The fan, nothing's working.
Nothing was turning.
See if we got anything on the fan side. Capacitor. Two, three, that's really weak. That might be what our problem is.
Should it be?
Should be 5 or so. Let's take it out and see what's going on with it.
They must stay pretty busy.
It's a 40-5. 2 yellows. See what the capacitor. 2 yellows out. See what that is. That's dead. Capacitor's definitely dead. So maybe we can get by with just a capacitor. 40-5. Let me get another one. Alright. These two are the common. Red and the black is the common. Red and the black is the common.
If a unit had to be replaced, can just this piece here be replaced?
No. And then the brown is the fan. And then the Herm is the yellow. It's a little loosey-goosey. Yeah, as long as the thing's still running, leave it alone. No, seriously.
Oh yeah, I believe you.
Why spend the money unless you have to?
I'm sure they're not cheap.
No, you don't want to know. Alright, so let's put this back together. Hopefully we can turn that breaker on and it comes back to life. That's the problem with some of these breakers. You shut them off and then they don't want to come back on. These square D.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're terrible. When you shut them off, sometimes they won't come back on. Really bad.
Change the filter in the house twice a year.
Well, that should be fine then.
And
Alright, so let's...
These
These are like the worst, these square D. Still nothing. Let's see if we got any power.
I said I shut it like say on the thermostat. I shut it off here too.
Well, no, I want to see if we got any power here.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 240. And nothing's working. That's kind of really odd. Nothing's working. The fan. Unless the contact was bad. Alright. I have a bad contactor there, let's see. We'll push that in. Do we get the voltage? Yeah, we get a bad contactor. We got voltage coming in
And not coming out.
and nothing going through it. So this contactor's got to be changed. I got them in the truck. Alright, so we got it off inside still, right?
Yes, on the thermostat. I will show you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave it off for now.
Yeah.
change it out. Kind of odd, but shit happens. You hear that saying, shit happens? This one's 24 volt, 40 VA. Sucks without having AC, huh?
Well,
When you're used to it.
I know. That's what happened there.
You're used to it, and then all of a sudden it dies on you.
Oh no.
It's like, oh shit.
It bothers my wife more than
Does it? Could be worse, could be at my house broken.
Alright?
That'd really suck. Right?
Yes, huh? Especially when you work on everybody else's. Hey, it's been working good, even though all that hot weather we had.
Yeah.
It didn't run on constant. It would run for a while and then shut off.
Yeah,
You know.
been running good, so.
I mean, it would maybe 15 minutes later it would automatically come back on.
Well, yeah,
You know,
it's
that's
just,
understandable. I mean, I had crossed the street, turn around, they like to put theirs down to 68. Well, that thing's running all the time because, you know, it's almost impossible to get it down that cold.
yeah. You want to... No sense in going overkill with it, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Well, you open the windows, you know, and you live like you used to. Because before we had this put in years ago, we had fans put in the bedrooms and the living room. And,
Yeah, once you get used to the AC, though, you don't want to be without it.
yeah.
I know I don't.
I mean, a couple of days when it was really hot, I still worked outside. I cut a tree down, and you know, different things that you do, and you sweat, and you go back in the house, and you lose 3 pounds, you know, because of the sweat. But it feels so much colder when you go in too. Till you dry off. It's a dryness sometimes, not humid.
What's that? So your wife likes the AC more than you.
I mean, I don't mind, but I know it's like she's sweating now. I mean, it's not that bad out, but I don't sweat like she does either. We had the grandchildren for the last 2 weeks. They've gone back home now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 6 years old and 4 years old. Had a little pool out here. You know, kept them cooled off. But they keep you going, you don't stop.
They don't stop.
They don't stop. We took them to the zoo. We took them to Children's Museum in Providence, and there's one in Fall River. We went to that one, and they had a good time. They enjoyed themselves.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the Children's Museum, it's all set up to, you know, for kids to do things.
Alright, now I just gotta do the 2 bottom ones.
Okay.
We should be good. looks pretty fried.
Oh, okay. That's your contacts.
I'll put a new one on it and see what happens here. Doesn't get any voltage through it. It's kind of queer. Yeah, I remember I checked that it didn't even need any gas. Things been running good.
It's running better, knock on wood, now than it would have been when it was new. As far as for the gas. Seems like.
Alright, so that should work. We'll try it. We'll try turning it on and see if it works. You think it's gonna work?
My fingers are crossed.
I think we've got a good chance. Let's try it. Turn the voltage on. Now this breaker sometimes is an issue. That's a good sound.
Yeah. It was probably the switch all the time.
No, it was the
both of them, right?
No, it was the breaker. I mean, it was the contactor was bad.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a combination of both of them because, you know, one of them probably got to a point where...
Oh, and the capacitor was bad also, yeah. So we changed that.
Because you have to be careful when you change a capacitor, right? Because of the
yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking worry about it.
You're still here, right?
I've been doing it for so long, I ain't worrying about that shit. Everybody's so scared. Not really, because what happens is it discharges through the windings of the compressor when it shuts off, so I've never been zapped by one. They say they can give you a good zap. I mean, whatever.
Oh, it's like my brother does.
Alright, go turn it on. It should work fine now. Everybody's so scared of everything. Whatever.
You want me to leave it on?
Yeah, turn it on.
Telling you, my brother-in-law has his license for electrician, and he says the same thing about he does things when it's still alive. You know, in other words, you got to pay attention to what you're doing, otherwise you can get zapped.
A lot of these guys, you know, they shouldn't be working on the units. They should be selling Girl Scout cookies.
So that's another thing.
You know, they're so scared of the flipping thing. I mean, go sell Girl Scout cookies. It's like anything, you work with the shit all the time, you get kind of comfortable with it, you know?
Well, you know what you can do and what you can't do. You're experienced on what you're doing.
Capacitor was definitely weak, so. Yeah, capacitor needed to be changed, and this contactor was for sure bad. I'm surprised this thing. Usually I shut them off, or they won't come back on. Went out nice and warm. Yeah, it's been cooling fine. Yeah, no issues there, right?
Water drain's fine. In other words, the condensation.
Oh, what's this thing to hold it in place?
Right. It fell off. I found it in the grass one day.
It's a Mana. Back. These were good units back in the day. R22.
Yeah.
And it's still running, not leaking.
So what I